getting quite a lot of heavy rain in there. So remember the adage, turn around, don't drown when you drive into any of those flooded roadways. There are severe thunderstorms, 2 rounds of them coming across the Oklahoma City metro area, and then 2 storms that have tornado warnings nearing Wichita Falls, and then a little bit farther to the southwest in Texas.
You know, when you talk about 7-8 inches of rain, by comparison, that's about as much as we get in Albuquerque on average for an entire year. That's a terrific amount of water. Tornado warning right now for Haskell. Actually, a couple of tornado warnings coming from
Knox County for the
coming from 2 different offices. Right?
Yeah, the Knox County comes out of the Norman office. The Haskell County comes out of the San Angelo office.
And so we're watching this very storm live here on the left, and looking for any evidence of rotation. Not sure which way he is, where he is relative to the storm, which way he's headed. Looks like he might be headed west, although it's difficult to tell, and we're not seeing much right now, but we'll keep our eyes on that image. And so what are we seeing in terms of rotation right now?
It has a broad rotation within that. You see the reds going northbound, the greens going southbound. So it's kind of broad. If there is a tornado, it would be one of these 2 little spots where the 2 pixels, red and green pixels, touch. And probably the northern of the 2, we'd be talking about an area just to the south of Knox City, heading east toward the area north of Weinert and Highway 277.
Now, as these storms become more outflow dominant, as we say, as they're really dominated by this outpouring of cold and cold air and a lot of rain, we're going to see less of this tornado threat, right?
Typically, the tornado threat goes down, but sometimes they turn into big bow echoes that can give a wider spread threat for damaging winds. Usually when there are these individual supercell thunderstorms, the damaging wind corridor is only maybe a mile or 2 wide, whereas you get these big bow echoes and it could be a better part of a county 10 miles or so more wide.
And that's what we saw last night across North Texas. Even though that line did weaken, we still saw some very strong winds, especially north of Dallas and Fort Worth. Another tornado warning here for Cotton, Tillman, and Wichita counties. This cell has been rotating, gosh, maybe a couple of hours now, something like that?
Yeah, it has, and it's had several, at least brief tornado reports with that. It has really gotten itself into quite a complicated spiral with pretty strong northwest winds that are driving around and giving this a new portion of a little bit of a spiral here. It has driven out a gust front that is rain-cooled air that's pretty far out. And we've even had one report of a tornado back in the middle of the rain inside of one of these spirals. So right now, we're getting another one of these very complicated, a bit of a spiral in here, but then the wind surges out and there's some circulation here, even a little bit of circulation up in this area. So very complicated, but potentially rain-wrapped tornadoes with this one. I think we're going to time that out, coming toward the Burke Burnett area at about 5:50. Charlie, Texas at about 6:13. I think we're going to go to a high-definition radar of this one and take a look at some of so there's the spiraling around of the heavy precipitation. What I wanted to show you here is the normalized rotation, quantified that, and it has changed quite a bit over the past few minutes, but at one point we've been seeing a patch of shear that has been revolving its way south and east. So within the circulation there, at times there may be another strong surge of outflow that if it catches up to the front side of the storm there, that's the kind of thing that researchers suggest maybe causes new tornado formation.
So when you've got a lot of shear, even when it's well embedded inside that rain, that's going to be enough to give you those brief spin-ups, right?
And for that matter, there is a research radar that's on this particular storm, so maybe they'll learn something new this evening.
That'd be great. You know, looking at a live picture of Rochester on the left there, seeing some lowering. Difficult to say exactly what we're looking at. What do you think about that, Dr. Greg? Looks like a little bit of a lowering there.
Seems like a little bit of a lowering. I'm not sure if that's a shelf cloud or, given the structure of this, I would think we'd be getting mostly a shelf cloud with, and we may be a little bit underneath that, but whether or not that's a wall cloud or not, I think this is such a big, broad area of outflow coming on this that it may be a shelf cloud that's with the gust front of the storm.
And this is the Knox County storm that we're watching right here. With that big circulation on it. Now he's pointed in the other direction, I guess trying to get a different vantage point at this time, so we'll continue to keep our eyes on that.
Yeah. Looks like he's down near the cloud edge, which would be, if you're going to get a tornado, that's where it would be.
So, you know, Dr. Greg, maybe we could talk a little bit more about what's going to be happening tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be a really, really important day for severe weather across a lot of the middle of the country.
Yeah, it really is. The big upper low that we've been talking about coming out of California is going to be working its way farther to the east. So we'll continue to have this amply rich moisture coming in, a low-level jet, probably 50, 60 mile per hour coming in from the south. So turning to the winds there, surface low low, our frontal zones, the dry line all interacting, jet stream coming in from the south and west. So up in this area, western parts of Oklahoma, southwest parts of Kansas, a lot of things coming together, and even farther east of that with a severe threat. But the tornado threat, I think, will be greater in the western part of this area. And so the Torcon values I've given, I believe the highest that I've given thus far this year, 7 for southwest Kansas, western parts of Oklahoma, and 6s down for central parts of Oklahoma into north central parts of Texas, and 3 to 4 values for basically the rest of that red shaded area, including the whole corridor across central Texas, where we could get a whole line of tornadoes potentially forming.
All right, very big day tomorrow. Alex Kelly, back to you.
And still Sunday looks busy as well, so we will be here all weekend long.
We will. Let's leave you with a look at one of those storm chasers. This around Chickasha, Oklahoma. Remember, they were hit 2 days ago in the threat zone again.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky. High 89. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Clubs. That's what they tell us a legal golf bag can hold. And while that leaves a little room for balls and tees, it doesn't leave room for much else. There's no room left for deadlines or conference calls. Not a single pocket to hold the stress of the day or the to-do list of tomorrow. Only 14 clubs. Pick out the right one and drive it right down the middle. Of pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
Every inch, every minute, every second, we chip away at finding inspiration to reimagine luxury, making the colors of earth and sunset skies into rich interior accents, or putting the beauty of a forest in the palm of your hands. It will take you to another place, wherever you happen to be. Made with pride, crafted with passion. This is the 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It is the best of what we're made of.
Doers. They don't worry if something's possible. They just do it. At Sears Optical, we're committed to bringing them eyewear that works as hard as they do. Right now, save up to $200 on eyeglasses. Quality eyewear for doers. Sears Optical.
Need brakes? Pep Boys has the best brake service at the best price. Right now, get $50 off instantly on our Precision Match brake service with state-of-the-art on-car rotary surfacing exclusively at Pep Boys. Trust the boys to get you there.
We got the new Temperflex, and it's got the spring and bounce of a traditional mattress.
You sink into it, but you can still move around.
And now that I have a Temperflex, I can finally get a good night's sleep.
I flop down on the bed, and it's just like, oh, this is perfect.
Wherever you put your body, it just supports you.
Like little support elves are just holding you where it needs.
I can sleep now through the night.
Change your sleep. Change your life. Change to Tempur-Pedic.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. And an award for best tasting hard cider.
Have you got the shot yet?
Remember that thing about keeping your face behind the award? Strongbow.
Join Red Nose Day, a national event to help lift children out of poverty. It's easy. Buy a Red Nose exclusively at Walgreens and start making a difference. It's a good laugh for a good cause. Tune in on May 21st to watch the Red Nose Day benefit live on NBC.
There are no medals won for earning a living. It's just what you do for family.
But it's hard to build a future if you can't see past today. That's why Walmart is investing in the most important part of our company, our people. Because a raise in pay raises us all.
Hey, Hunter, need some pointers?
Just around the house. Pickup.
Yeah, it's also great when you're on tour. Just order online, we'll have it waiting for you the same day. You know, I bet there's an Ace within a golf swing at just about anywhere.
Really?
Oh, you don't need to...
New mailboxes.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Getting help at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Drive safely, Hunter.
Thanks again, Mike.
Working on my feet all day gave me pain here in my lower back. But now I step on this machine and get my number, which matches my Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. Now I get immediate relief from my foot pain.
My lower back pain. Find a machine at drscholls.com.
Hey everyone, welcome back. You're watching the Weather Channel, and we are watching out for severe weather here in Weiner, Texas. There's a look right there. We've got storm chasers all over the central and southern plains. Just to give you a vantage point of some of the darker, more ominous looking clouds that we've got going on. Of course, several severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, and we're watching one in particular, a tornadic storm right across the Red River Valley. That's the polygon that we see in red. But we're also concerned about flash flooding in Oklahoma City. Remember, we had several inches of rain over the course of the last week or so, and now we've got severe weather on top of that. Cleveland, Oklahoma, Potawatomi counties under a severe thunderstorm warning until 6:30 Central Time. Damaging winds, large hail, the main threat with these storms. But keep in mind, we're also under a tornado watch. You can see some of the rainfall that we've seen in this area just within the last 6 hours, and the bullseye right there in the red showing us we've had more than 4 inches of rain just in 6 hours. So again, it's going to be really tough getting around, and unfortunately, the dangerous threat is going to be ramping up as we go toward the weekend.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of people have plans. A lot of people have graduations, Mother's Day, golf plans. I mean, you've just got plans. Saturday, Sunday will be dangerous, so make sure you have a severe plan as well. You know, the other huge story is Ana, our subtropical storm that is drifting, really actually just staying still off the southeast coast. Senior hurricane specialist Brian Norcross has more.
All right, Alex. Yeah, we're watching this. The hurricane hunters are on the way out there, just crossing the coast now. They'll give us an update here within the next hour or two. But for now, here's what we have. It's still technically called a subtropical storm. Don't concentrate on that. It's essentially a storm with 45-mile-an-hour winds, and it has the potential to get a little stronger. We're going to talk about the factors that are in play there in terms of strengthening. So 45-mile-an-hour storm, that was the pressure at last measurement, 1,001 millibars. Main thing there is you clearly see the circulation, and you clearly see where the thunderstorms are. Let's look at the high-resolution satellite, because this tells you the story. There's the circulation there, and then embedded in that, you have that little spin that's going in there. And notice that spin is going under this thunderstorm here. This is a big thunderstorm complex. Now, that may be a sign, if that little spin ends up being the center and they get co-located, that may be a sign that it's becoming tropical. Having the thunderstorms associated with the center of rotation is the symbol of a tropical storm. So anyway, in any case, that would, if that were to happen, it would have a little better chance of getting a little bit stronger, so we'll watch for that. The other thing we see now when we look in the middle and upper levels of the atmosphere, look at this brown that was rotating around in there. That's the dry air. So dry air wrapping around the center, that's certainly a negative, so we'll weigh all that here in just a second. But here's what the models say now in terms of what's going to happen. And when we see models like this that all are kind of saying the same thing, at least the credible ones that we look at, we have confidence that we understand what's happening. So don't look at the yellow one and ignore this one down here. Then these are the important ones here, and notice by tomorrow evening, they all show it about halfway between where it is now and the coast. So we think by tomorrow evening, the winds will be increasing along the coast, especially the northern South Carolina and up into the North Carolina coast as the center gets closer, and then every little wave of showers that comes in just has gustier winds with it. Then moving through tomorrow night into Sunday, that center comes ashore, and this is when the heaviest rain is expected to come ashore late tomorrow into Sunday, and some areas could see over 4 inches of rain, so just be aware of that. Not everywhere is going to get all the bad weather. Then on Monday, it just kind of moves away quickly and moves on out to sea. Now, how strong might it be? Here's where the center is now. It's right near the Gulf Stream, the warmest water water. So if it becomes tropical, it can really tap that warm water. So the thinking is a little bit stronger here. But then look, it moves over cooler water here. This shelf water right near the coast is indeed cooler. And remember, we had those other factors that mean it may not strengthen too much. So looking at all the factors, the water temperature plus right now over the Gulf Stream and then becoming a minus as it moves over the cooler water. That dry air definitely a minus. Upper level winds are kind of moderately favorable through the period. Cold air aloft can be a little positive and a little negative. So the net is maybe a little stronger than what we have right now, but then weakening a little bit as it comes to the coast. 45, 50 mile an hour storm. All right, that's it on Anna. Back with more on the severe weather with Carl and Greg in just a moment.
The termite swarm has come. Enter the legions of Terminex with 85 years of experience and the strongest guarantee in the business. Sorry, termites, we got a swarm of our own. Not here, not now, not in my house. Terminex.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you may find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
But you're not even covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
Or how you may be covered for this, but not for something like this. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
In a matter of seconds, your life can change.
With kids still in school.
And it just hit us.
This was it. The Weather Channel's most watched original program is back.
Things are just going everywhere. It wasn't a nightmare. And then it was silent.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky. High 89. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Now at Boston Market, new slow braised pulled pork. So tender, it falls apart. Topped with zesty barbecue or garlic citrus sauce. A bold new taste from the slow roasting experts at Boston Market.
6 smoky hours, 1 tasty dish, slow-braised pulled pork, now at Boston Market.
Shopping for the family used to cause a lot of stress between me and my budget. But thanks to Fingerhut, we have found our happy place.
Life is definitely sweeter.
At Fingerhut.com, we got approved to shop with low monthly payments, over 200,000 items with brand names like Samsung, Dyson, DeWalt, and with great family stuff like this Samsung TV.
And even our yoga mats.
All you got to do is click on over to Fingerhut.com and get the credit you deserve to get all kinds of great stuff for the family.
Honda's the only company ever to win both the Indy 500
And a Supercross Racing Championship.
They were also the first to come up with this. The Honda Dream Garage Sales Event! Where you can get great deals on almost everything Honda makes, including the sporty Civic, named Best Value in its class. Get great deals on Civics right now!
Hurry! The Honda Dream Garage Sales Event ends soon. Get a great deal on a Civic today at your Honda dealer.
For 2 days only at Men's Warehouse, the Big 50 event is on. This Friday and Saturday, take an additional 50% off all clearance items. Plus, buy one, get one free on even more. Only at Men's Warehouse.
According to the U.S. Department of Energy, most homes have air leaks and drafts that waste so much energy, it's like leaving a window open in your home all year long. Don't let another year go by. Call Champion Windows at 844-4CHAMPION. And right now, you can get 25% off of new windows for your home. Plus, Champion now offers no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. So call 844-4CHAMPION today, because every home needs a champion.
What does Jennifer Lopez know about burning fat that you don't?
Total Burn.
With a key ingredient shown in a clinical trial to help participants burn off 15% of their body fat.
Be the girl of your dreams.
If you have claustrophobia, you don't want to be an orchid man. But this moisture meter lets me know I'm in the right place. Because for a colony of termites, these few drops are like the River Nile. But my specialized protection plan will help prevent termites from reaching this fertile valley. To catch a pest, you have to think like a pest. Not just in any home, in your home.
Nutrition Smart wants you to be smart with your nutrition. Save more this month with 20% off Thursdays. That's right, get 20% off store-wide every Thursday this month. Shop the latest in organic fruits and vegetables, the largest selection of vitamins and supplements, and a variety of natural health and beauty supplies. Be smart at Nutrition Smart. Opposite side from Publix next to ABC Liquors in Palm Beach Gardens. Nutrition Smart.
Fat Guys in the Woods, new season June 7th on the Weather Channel.
Thanks for staying with us. You are looking live near Frederick, Oklahoma. We have been watching this storm. Right now, a severe thunderstorm warning on this, but perhaps looking at the leading edge of that shelf cloud here back off in the distance. Tough to make out. You can see some of the sunlight, the daylight on the right-hand side of your screen. Things get much darker as you head over towards the left-hand side. Still a severe thunderstorm warning, and now this does include the Wichita Falls area. So this is straddling the Red River Valley. We've got parts of north central Texas and far southwestern parts of Oklahoma included within this warning. And, we're watching these storms very carefully as they work through some of the same areas that were hit. Oklahoma City, Kelly, also included.
Yeah, we're looking at severe weather. On top of that, we've got the flash flooding concern as well. Of course, this area hit with very heavy rain and tornadoes just a couple of days ago. So we continue to have the severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Norman just got hit, by the way. Want to mention University of Oklahoma. They had to cancel their commencement for this evening because of the weather. So that's just a sad thing that had to happen. Of course, it's Mother's Day weekend. A lot of folks have outdoor plans, maybe grilling, trying to do some traveling to see mom or grandma. But the weather is getting in the way, and you can see some of these rainfall amounts. We're talking over 4 inches of rain well to the west of Oklahoma City, but even on the south side of Oklahoma City, quite a bit of rain as well, a couple of inches there.
And some of those totals, when we look back over the past few days, have just been staggering. Let's take a look at some pictures that we're getting from Will Rogers World Airport in Oklahoma City. This is the command center. Airport staff, they're monitoring the severe weather there. Drivers are being asked to not risk coming to the airport to shelter their car from severe weather because all the covered garages are at capacity. That means people even staying for just a few minutes, they're paying for that long-term parking to get under cover. And you can see they are very good at staying tuned to what's happening in their area.
And this just in, Alex, looks like a brand new tornado warning. We're in Texas now, Haskell and Throckmorton counties until 6:45 Central Time. You need to be seeking shelter right now. Again, this is a possible tornado that's developing near Weinert, moving toward the east. And as we time it out, you can see some of the areas implicated in this particular storm, kind of moving it toward the east here, just to the north of Haskell, south of Monday in Texas. Again, Round Timber, watch out around 722.
Yeah, amazing stuff. We've been watching this into Haskell County, now Throckmorton County also included. All right, we want to send things out to our Paul Goodlow. He's at Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, where they are closely monitoring Anna.
Yeah, they certainly are. Again, Anna is still offshore, but right now we're having some sunshine between kind of bands of rain. As we kind of look out towards the beach, people have come out here, like you said before, Kelly, talking about University of Oklahoma being under commencement exercises being canceled, but same thing going on all across the country, especially the southeast as well. You have high school, you got college graduations, so people are definitely coming to the beach to celebrate as well as Mother's Day. So, yeah, this is the inopportune moment in terms of dealing with a subtropical, maybe even eventually tropical storm here, but people are trying to enjoy it. Now, as we look out towards the distance off the Atlantic, you're starting to notice some of the taller clouds here. Those are some of the thunderstorms associated with the outer bands of subtropical storm Ana. In fact, you take a look at the radar, you're starting to see it on the line, which will be rotating into this area of Wrightsville Beach on towards Wilmington as well. And that's what we've been dealing with all day long. That's what we'll deal with all night long and then into tomorrow, except the bands become more numerous. The rain gets heavier and almost constant as the system continues to move this way. But also the Atlantic kind of angry because we are under a tropical storm warning, and the big concern here is what's going on in the ocean. There is a huge rip current risk as well as a rough sea risk as well. The Ocean Rescue is saying, yeah, come to the beach, but please stay out of the water because that is the dangerous part, Kelly. But I know you have more on the forecast of when we expect this system to eventually make landfall, and it looks like it's looking more towards Mother's Day, Sunday, to actually have this landfall of this system. Right, Kel?
Yeah, that's right, Paul. In fact, it's a very interesting system because it certainly could become more tropical in nature just before that landfall occurs. So kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So early in the season.
Absolutely. We have more on that and severe next.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky. High 89. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Happening right now. We are bracing for more. We've already had Texas tornadoes, and the threat will last for several more hours. You are looking at Weinert, Texas, where a tornado warning is in effect as we speak. And once again, we're getting that bluish green tint to the picture, which we commonly see with these storms. And Dr. Forbes has talked about the interaction between the hail and the raindrops with that sun eventually going down. But, you know, an ominous looking picture to say the least. Again, we've got a tornado warning in effect for this area. It's Haskell County and Throckmorton County. It goes until 6:45 Central Daylight Time. And our storm chasers are out there. We have a crew of them chasing these storms to let you know what is happening on the ground and give you these sights from the road.
We've also got the situation just off the Carolina coast. Yes, we do have our first named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season, even though the season doesn't officially begin until June 1st. So this is a big story here. Tropical storm warning in effect for Wrightsville Beach as subtropical storm Ana arrives early and may cause a weekend washout. And that's something we're going to be tracking for sure. A lot going on this weekend.
And boy, do we have you covered tonight. If you want weather, we've got weather for you. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Kelly Cass. Certainly another dangerous night of storms, so make sure you have a way of getting those warnings. In fact, tomorrow, our highest Torcon value so far this season, a 7. That means a 70% chance of seeing a tornado in Kansas and Oklahoma, so you need to take the situation very seriously.
Yeah, we'll be here live throughout the weekend. Let's take you to the current watches, areas that are right now under tornado watch. This one goes until 9 o'clock Mountain Time. We're talking Colorado and New Mexico. Oklahoma and Texas, right along the Red River Valley, where we've seen storms and tornado warnings. Friday until 9 o'clock. That's when yours will expire, just off towards the southwest. We keep this tornado watch going until midnight for places like Midland and Sweetwater.
Yeah, the overnight storms are especially scary because you're going to bed. You're not quite sure what's going on outside your window, so you really need to have that weather radio good to go. Our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, he's been monitoring these storms. And Dr. Greg, we've already had some severe warnings, and now, of course, that brand new tornado warning in Haskell and Throckmorton counties.
Indeed, and the poor Norman Norman, Oklahoma City metro area getting pummeled again. Norman has had 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts at the airport just north of the Norman. There's been golf ball size hail, and many streets are flooded, many roads are flooded, and down around Haskell. Tornado warning. So take a look here. Flash flood warnings as well as many rounds of thunderstorms, including severe thunderstorms coming into the Oklahoma City metro area, blasting Wichita Falls, Texas, and down into a tornado warning there around Haskell, Texas. We'll start with the Oklahoma City metro area where we've been blasted as this storm came across Norman. As I mentioned, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. There's been in the hail core just north of where the wind was, golf ball size hail. And Oklahoma City, you've been pounded too. For the moment, this round of storms is past, but on the very far left, there's another one on the way. So up toward the Hara area, you have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect still for parts of Oklahoma County, as well as additional counties there, Caddo, Grady, and Canadian counties. You have flash flood warnings as well. And another round of storms, not severe warned on, but that one has had big hail in the past that is coming across the Minco, El Reno area. That too is going to hit part of the greater Oklahoma City metro area. So look at the more storms, showers, and thunder showers on the way. Jackson, Kiowa, Washita counties also with flash flood warnings, as some of these areas over the past 48 hours have had 7-8 inches of rain, some places even more. Now, Wichita Falls, you're getting pounded at the moment. Clay, Cotton, Wichita counties, you have severe thunderstorm warnings, including the area near Burke Burnett, and right now Wichita Falls blasting its way east. We'll continue to monitor this one. At times there's been tornado warnings on this particular storm, but at the moment it seems to be mostly a wind threat. Look at this one. The shape of this one really surging its way out. I think there's strong wind gusts here, but then wrapping back in some rotation, some inflow, and so some rotation right up in that area, up in that little notch there. So it's east of the community of Haskell, but it's into Haskell County with a tornado warning here. Here's the velocities we're seeing. So it doesn't show any red and green couplets, but the strongest shear is right up in about that notch area just to the east of Weinert, where we probably have the tornado threat and probably a damaging wind threat that is pushing farther to the east. On the left side, you have, I didn't catch the name. This is the storm that we're talking about on the, and they're panning around to see if they can in fact see a tornado with this. What they're seeing is a lot of very dark skies, low-hanging clouds there, as we have the possibility of very heavy rain. Yeah, this is right near Weinert, Texas, and that is right. There has been a brief tornado reported near the Weinert area. The sheriff reported and relayed through the sheriff's office, a spotter reported a tornado on the ground northwest of Weinert. So that's what we're looking at here, possibility of a tornado. Certainly a low-hanging cloud. I can't confirm that this is a tornado that we're seeing, but certainly a low-hanging cloud right ahead of right in the center of the photo there, with a storm that has had the report of a tornado with that. And this is the tornado warned storm that we were just talking about, showing you the radar. So continuing to look, we're looking, I think, through the windshield there. You see the windshield wipers going.
Yeah, and Dr. Forbes, you know, at times it looks like we're maybe seeing a funnel. Then when he gets closer, it's really difficult to discern.
Yeah, you may have been watching it while I was looking at the radar on telestrating, so I'm not seeing anything at the moment that I could confirm as a tornado or funnel. Oh yeah, there's something right at the left edge of the tree line. There looked like there was something hanging down, but now they've panned across, so they didn't see it apparently. So they've looked farther down into the cloud, into the clear sky area, the rain-free cloud base. Some interesting structure. There's probably some rain falling down into that, a little bit of virga, evaporating rain falling down. Now they're panning back to the right. The tornado threat, if there is one, will be off to the right. Way behind that, it looks like there's some additional, perhaps, clouds, unless we're just seeing some of that brightness that is a part of the sun and sunset that is coming in. So.
And you mentioned the virga. That would be that wispy appearance that folks are seeing, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, there's a little bit of a layered scud cloud or some kind of layered cloud there that may be associated with some rain that has come down and condensed and is giving the possibility. But I would be very surprised if we would be seeing a tornado at this particular location. We may be getting a little bit of rolling motion there that they're focusing on. The tornado is very likely to be wrapped in rain back in the area just now. now to the east of Weinert in this little notch right about at Weinert itself. So continue to monitor. It looks like they've panned a little bit to the right now, but there has been that report of the tornado at Weinert, and there you're seeing the reports from the sheriff's office. So we'll go back to the studio right now for more.
All right, Greg, thank you so much. Of course, if we see a tornado developing at any time, we'll break in. We'll show it to you live here on the Weather Channel.
Well, you know it, and we've got more on subtropical storm Anna. Brian Norcross will be up next.
We could tell you about the years of research and development, how we forged advanced high-strength steel to make the frame stronger yet lighter, the countless hours spent testing the suspension and tuning every sound from the engine to the trunk. But until you get behind the wheel, you have no idea. The completely redesigned Hyundai Sonata.
Life begins with a howl. We scream, shout, shriek with joy, until inhibition creeps in. Our world gets smaller, quieter. But life should be loud. Sing loud, play loud, love loud. Dentures shouldn't keep you quiet. Life should be ringing in your ears. Live loud. Super Polygrip.
Mr. Gray will see you now. Whatever happened to flowers and chocolates? You said you didn't do romance.
That's what you do to me. 50 Shades of Grey, unrated. The perfect gift on Blu-ray now.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mainly clear, low 70, winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky, high 89, winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear skies, low 73, winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Need new tires? Right now at Pep Boys, when you get 3 Falcon, Cooper, or Hankook tires, you get the 4th tire free instantly. Plus, get no interest and paid in full within 6 months on your Pep Boys credit card. Trust the boys to get you there.
Conceal cracks and splinters with the ultimate do-over for wood and concrete. Don't replace, resurface. Behr Premium Deckover, exclusively at the Home Depot.
Can't believe how good these Kevin Durant signature slushes are. Kev, show them how you dunk on a slush.
Yeah.
Waboosh!
Oh, was that it? You really hang out with this guy?
Waboosh!
Up your game with the new Kevin Durant Signature Candy Slush. This is how you Sonic.
Take a look at this. This is near Chickasha, Oklahoma, where our storm chaser and many others have pulled over. Rain is coming down heavy and hail as well. And you know, if you've driven through it, that just makes things treacherous on the highways. You can barely see anything off in the distance. I mean, you're looking at just storm warm gray nothingness out ahead of you. So some very heavy rain has been working through these areas. Also Norman, and look at Norman and Oklahoma City, another burst of very heavy rainfall headed their way.
Not like we need any more rain. We've already had 3-4 inches of rain, not to mention the heavy downpours that we saw just a couple of days ago with those tornadoes. So once again, central Oklahoma getting hit with not just severe weather, but flash flood warnings are in effect too. And they're doing the right thing. You got to pull over, put those hazards on, make sure you do have the lights on when you're traveling in the rain regardless, but especially when you're dealing with those kinds of conditions, large hail, heavy rain, and the possibility of damaging winds as well.
Speaking of the Oklahoma City area, this was moments ago. In more, you can hear, it looks like, I would definitely say that's hail, unless it was giant raindrops, but I mean the little, the burst that it left in those puddles. I mean, looking like hailstones at least, and very heavy rain coming down, and more, as you mentioned, one of those areas that just does not want to see more rain. They've seen the flash flooding problems across the Oklahoma City metro, and tonight just looks to offer up more rain. Tomorrow, same thing. So you can see this really slowed people down on the roads too.
Some areas, though, do need the rain. We're talking about northern Texas, but what we could do without the severe weather. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Clay, Cotton, and Wichita counties until 6:45 Central Time. It does include Wichita Falls and Ryan. Large hail, damaging winds, the main threat with this.
And our other huge story is subtropical storm Ana. Let's get to senior hurricane specialist Brian Norcross for more.
Alex, it still is officially subtropical storm Ana, but don't get hung up on that difference in the name. It's essentially a tropical stormish thing with 45-mile-an-hour winds, and we're going to get rid of that subtropical part of the name, which is just, I think, confusing here pretty soon. Hurricane hunters are on their way there, just at the outer fringes of the storm right now. All right, let's get to the numbers here. If you're just tuning in, just to bring you up to date, as of the 5 o'clock advisory, we'll have a new advisory here within the hour. 45-mile-an-hour storm here in these thunderstorms out there associated with the circulation, and 1,001 millibars. So the pressure has gone down, a sign that perhaps there will be a little strengthening with the storm. Before the sun goes down, we'll have one more view of this high-resolution picture. There's the center, and you see this little swirl that has moved around the main center of circulation. But the main thing is, notice that the thunderstorms are wrapping around that center, and that's a sign that it is taking these tropical characteristics and has the potential to intensify just a little bit before it moves ashore, because it's moving so slowly over those warm waters. But right now, the computer analyzes the wind, and you see where the purples are. They're all offshore, and they will be offshore tonight, but some of those higher gusts will move ashore beginning tomorrow, and especially on Sunday, when we'll see the gusty winds when this thing comes ashore. So right now, just have little bands affecting the shoreline. As we get the center closer, each band will have a little gustier wind in it, but the main wind is out in here, so that's still a good ways offshore, and tomorrow is not going to be a washout, but later in the day is worse than early in the day. As far as the movement of the storm, here's the Hurricane Center's cone. Look how slow it moves, and then finally it picks up speed on Monday. But tomorrow, thinking is a little bit of intensification, 50, maybe 55 miles per hour over the Gulf Stream, and then slow weakening as it comes ashore here on Sunday, and then it moves on away. So we still have the warnings in effect now, all the way from the central part of South Carolina on up, including the Morehead City area. And what a tropical storm warning means is that tropical storm force winds over 40 miles per hour are expected in some part of that area. Not everybody's going to get it. We just can't say exactly who. Be ready for heavy rain. Be ready for gusty winds. Unfortunately, it's coming right for the Mother's Day weekend. All right, back on the severe weather and Ana coming up. Stay tuned.
My feet felt so heavy at the end of the day.
They used to get really tired.
Until I started gelling.
I got Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
When they're in my shoes, my feet and legs feel less tired.
It's like walking on a wave.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
I'm a believer.
When you're waiting for summer, every second feels like an eternity. So when it finally arrives, make every second count on a Sea-Doo watercraft. With 14 models to choose from and starting at just $49.99, there's a Sea-Doo that's right for you. At the Countdown to Summer sales event, get up to a 5-year warranty or save up to $1,000. But hurry, this offer ends May 31st. Go to Sea-Doo.com or your local dealer for details.
How about over there?
What does it mean to have an unlimited mileage warranty on a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz? What does it mean to drive as far as you want for up to 3 years and be covered? It means your odometer is there to record the memories. During the Mercedes-Benz Certified Pre-Owned Sales event now through June 1st, you'll get complimentary prepaid maintenance and receive your first 2 months payments on us, only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Hey, Hunter, need some pointers?
Just around the house.
Yeah, should do it then.
I love this free store pickup.
Yeah, it's also great when you're on tour. Just order online, we'll have it waiting for you the same day. You know, I bet there's an Ace within a golf swing at just about anywhere.
Really?
Oh, you don't need to...
New mailboxes.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Getting help at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Drive safely, Hunter.
Thanks again, Mike.
Got those two, couple of these, that's... Whoa!
Right now, PetSmart has great deals on select toys and treats you and your kids love. Because pethood's better with a partner.
If you've been wishing for something amazing, Cricket Wireless has got it. The new Samsung Galaxy S6 for $0 down on a phone payment plan and will cover your initial loan payment of $19.99. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
That's why we get real local the moment you need it.
We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Florida.
Real accurate.
This is round one of the severe storms that are coming through.
From real experts on the ground.
That is a gust front for you right there in Dusty, Texas. Wow.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on.
Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
At Tire Kingdom, get Memorial Day savings the entire month of May. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free instantly when you get them installed. Choose from Goodyear, Continental, Cooper, Nitto, and more. Get your Memorial Day savings now at your neighborhood Tire Kingdom, home of the lowest tire price guarantee. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free. Tire Kingdom Service Centers. That's all you need.
Can you really refinance with Valley National Bank for just $499? Absolutely. With no points, no search and title fees? Of course. And no hidden Valley fees. You can count on it. In fact, it's so easy. The only thing you'll have to worry about is what to do with the money you save.
I'm Jerry Lipkin, Chairman and CEO of Valley National Bank. You can refinance your home for just $499 and start saving today.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mainly clear, low 70, winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky. High 89, winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear skies, low 73, winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back, everyone. We're looking at a dangerous storm right now in northern Texas. This is Weiner, Texas, where we continue to monitor a possible tornado developing, a tornado warning in effect for this area of northern Texas. Again, this is a very ominous looking storm right here. We've got storm chasers all over the place, by the way. Oklahoma, Texas, we're watching Kansas, especially as we head into the day tomorrow. So our eyes and ears on the ground out there as we monitor the conditions. Damaging winds, large hail. We've already had reports of that. And of course, we're also on the lookout for tornadoes. I'm in the lab now with our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, and it looks like you are eyeing something on the radar.
Yeah, indeed. We have a brand new tornado warning. There's been a reported tornado with this one right here along the Red River there, the Oklahoma-Texas border, and we've had tornadoes reported on the southern of these two as well. So we're going to zoom into that one. We've had a tornado that is reported down to the area south and east of Randlet. You can see that there's a big broad spiral in there. So this could again be something that could be very hard to see except for a fleeting time period with the broad rotation in that hook echo. So we're talking Clay, Cotton, Jefferson counties there. Some of those in Texas, some of those in Oklahoma. Cotton and Jefferson in Oklahoma, Clay in Texas. What you can see here in the velocities is this big area of shear. The west winds coming in and then the inflow along the leading edge of the gust front. But back in this area, we have something that is probably, and that now it has just changed, so it looks a little less like tornado. But in this area, right at the far northwest edge of where the gust front comes out and intersects and pulls into the inflow to the storm, would be where the likely tornado would be. So this is the kind of thing you may see for a moment, then it gets rain wrapped. You're taking a look at the Weinert, Texas storm. That is the southern of the two storms, and just the middle of the road there, we have a low-hanging wall cloud, and just to the right of the road, another low-hanging cloud. So that is one where maybe a little bit easier to see if we have a tornado drop out. Now, for this storm near the Red River, Hastings and Waurika, we are in the path of the potential tornado. Both of those are in southern parts of Oklahoma. Hastings about 639, Waurika about 647.
We do have a live picture, I believe, from this area with the storm that you're talking about, Greg. It's not the best shot. This is near Wichita Falls, Texas, Greg, but you can certainly see the ominous, the darkness of the sky right there, but really hard to make out anything else going on there.
Yeah, nothing in there, that no signatures that you would see visually that would tell you anything about the tornado or the storm structures. I'm seeing it, but they may be just waiting for the storm to come their way.
All right. Again, storm chasers may have a tough time with this, Greg. As you mentioned, it could be rain wrapped and very difficult to see.
And it is storms that don't have these classic hook echoes on them now. They're big rain wrapped. They're high precipitation supercells that are wrapped in rain, maybe occasionally producing tornadoes, or if they are producing more than an occasional tornado or brief tornado, it is one that is wrapped in the rain. Here's the tornado warning for Haskell, Throckmorton counties. That's the storm that is down near the Weinert area. Okay. And there has been a tornado around the Weinert area. Again, I think probably if there is a tornado, it would be in this general area here, which would be in the area now well to the east of Weinert.
All right, Greg, thank you so much. If anything else develops, we'll certainly break in and let you know. But we're going to talk tropical now too, right, Alex?
Absolutely. You know, everything going on this weekend, everything going on in the world of weather. Subtropical storm Ana could be the earliest to make impacts on the U.S., although actually we're already seeing the impacts. We've got the rip currents, we've seen the showers, we've seen the winds. Tropical storm warnings in play all the way from near the Outer Banks down towards south of Myrtle Beach, closer to Georgetown, Charleston under a tropical storm watch. So a lot of real estate being affected, a lot of beach plans maybe giving thumbs down. Subtropical storm Ana in Wilmington, North Carolina. These are your impacts through Sunday. Periods of rain, heavy at times, along with gusty winds. Rough surf and rip currents mean if you are thinking about going in the water, don't do it. Not going to be safe. Don't want to get caught in one of those rip currents. Here is a look at subtropical storm Ana. 5 o'clock update showing winds at 45 miles per hour, and it is moving stationary, so it is not moving at all. Pressure down to 1,001 millibar. Our senior hurricane specialist Brian Norcross will be in with more updates on his analysis of this system.
Now at Boston Market, new slow-braised pulled pork. So tender, it falls apart. Topped with zesty barbecue or garlic citrus sauce. A bold new taste from the slow roasting experts at Boston Market.
6 smoky hours, 1 tasty dish. Slow-braised pulled pork, now at Boston Market.
When we created the Silverado Rally Edition, we figured, why stop there? These 4 new Silverado Special Editions are just the beginning. From this year's fastest growing full-size truck brand, Chevy Silverado. Or during the Chevy Memorial Day sale, choose this Silverado All-Star with a total value of $8,500 when you finance through select lenders. See your local Chevy dealer today.
The most legendary name in paint is now at Lowe's.
What is his name?
Oh, it's HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams.
Is he more famous than me?
It's the name everyone wants on their wall.
Well, now there's room for all of us.
Sure.
Back to the happy tree?
But nothing looks better on ceilings either.
Come again?
So if you're looking for the most legendary name in paint...
What?
I said if you're...
I can't hear you.
Never mind. HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams is now at Lowe's.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you may find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
But you're not even covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
Or how you may be covered for this, but not for something like this. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At WeatherTech, we never stop inventing ways to keep your vehicle protected. From floor liners and cargo liners to dozens of other world-class quality products, including no-drill mud flaps and bump step. Nothing is better for your car, truck, or SUV than WeatherTech for your family, the whole family. Go to WeatherTech.com to find the ultimate vehicle protection, along with a full line of automotive accessories. Nothing protects like WeatherTech.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. And an award for best tasting hard cider.
Have you got the shot yet?
Remember that thing about keeping your face behind the award? Strongbow.
So nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet scent of musk nice. So nice, so nice. Send cry full of pure vibes. So nice, so nice. Send John a real paradise. So nice, so proud to be from the Virgin Islands and the whole place nice.
To experience your Virgin Islands nice, book one of our packages today.
Red Nose Day is coming.
Red Nose Day is when the biggest stars get together for a night of fun and laughs.
It's an epic event
to raise money for children worldwide.
It's for the kids.
Get your nose into it. Red Nose Day is coming live Thursday, May 21st, 8/7 Central on NBC.
Can you tell I got a nose job?
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mainly clear, low 70, winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky, high 89, winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear skies, low 73, winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Fat Guys in the Woods, new season June 7th on the Weather Channel.
Once again, the middle of Oklahoma under the gun. Severe weather, flash flooding a concern as well. This is a live look through one of our chasers here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma County. Lots of hail there on the side of the road. And, of course, dangerous driving conditions with several inches of rain have already been reported today. And we've got more heavy downpours in the forecast. I'm here in the lab with our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, monitoring these dangerous storms, some tornadic.
Indeed. We have a couple of storms down here not too far away from the Wichita Falls area, right along the Red River, and then farther down to the south, east of the Haskell area. And then a lot of very heavy rain. We have flash flood warnings. We've had severe weather in the Norman, Oklahoma area. So it is, over the past 48 hours, an area that's had a tremendous amount of heavy rain. Let's advance to that, Sarah. We'll see the over 7 inches of rain in many places, and some places with more than 8 inches of rain. So in particular, some of these storms will come back over some of these same areas in North Texas. Some are already going today over some of the same areas in the Oklahoma City metro area, where in Norman, we've had a 70-mile-per-hour wind gust. We've had maybe up to baseball-size hail in the area, and we still have a tornado warning down along the Red River there, Clay, Cotton, and Jefferson counties. There has been reports of at least a brief tornado in there. This is the kind of tornado like to be rain-wrapped, and so probably generally heading toward the Waurika area of Oklahoma. Let's move along to the next storm then. We'll take a look here, heading toward Waurika about 6:47. Then heading down to the Throckmorton area. This storm also has had a report of a tornado on that. Haskell and Throckmorton counties. Tornadoes likely to be in the area just to the northwest of Throckmorton, heading east. These storms generally heading east at about 35 miles per hour, Paget and the Olney areas, you're under the threat for the possibility of a tornado. Now we're going to have, and into the Norman area, we have severe thunderstorm warning for the Cleveland, Lincoln, and Pottawatomie County areas, including the Bethel area, Bethel Acres, the Shawnee area, and the possibility of very heavy rain, hail, and damaging winds with this particular storm.
And flooding, like you know, Greg, is another form of severe weather. We're looking live at some flooded roads right now in Oklahoma City. So again, a very dangerous situation. Several inches have already fallen. And Greg, as we look at the forecast going into the weekend, this area is likely to get hit again.
Yeah, absolutely. With an increasing threat for tornadoes as well. This big spinning upper low that is off the over California, now over Las Vegas, is pushing its way east. Today, it's been just the leading flanks of that storm that has been giving the storms in Texas, in Colorado, in Oklahoma. But that is going to be continuing to push farther to the east tomorrow. It'll be tapping all of this warm, moist air that's already in place. Eastern Colorado, southern Nebraska, but especially Kansas, Oklahoma, into central parts of Texas. Big tornado threat. Highest Torcon values, tornado condition index values I've given for the year, 7 there. Southwest Kansas, western parts of Oklahoma, 6 central Oklahoma. That includes, again, this Norman, Oklahoma City area. Heavy rain with those severe storms. 4 for central Texas, and 3 to 4 values across all the rest of that red shaded area. Sunday, it won't be over. This upper air disturbance will be kicking its way up toward the Missouri River Valley area. So we'll have Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, but especially the tornado threat there for parts of Iowa, Missouri, all the way down into Texas. 5 for most of the state of Iowa on the Torcon scale. 4 for western Missouri, 4 for eastern parts of Nebraska and Kansas, 4 for southeast Oklahoma, and down into parts of central Texas as well. Monday, not as big of a tornado threat, but the severe thunderstorms may be pushing as far east as Pittsburgh, Detroit, Columbus, Cincinnati, Nashville, and trailing down along a frontal zone that stalls out all the way down to maybe Houston and the San Antonio area. So many days coming yet with this bowling ball of a low that's coming out of California is going to give serious, maybe long-lived tornadoes, maybe potentially deadly tornadoes tomorrow. So we do have some tornado threat tonight. It's going, Kelly, I think, to be a lot worse, maybe 10 times worse in terms of the impact of the tornadoes tomorrow. Very scary.
You know, we've got the severe threat, but also the flood threat, Greg. We've been looking live as you've been forecasting some folks trying to drive through the high waters, which of course we tell people not to do. Turn around, don't drown. It's just not worth it. You can see right there the cars in the distance.
Yeah, you can, and you can see how fast that water is flowing. Remember, folks, 6 inches of fast flowing water, if you tried to walk through it, could sweep you off your feet. Even if the water doesn't come up to the underside of your car, a foot of fast-flowing water can push your car away. And if it does come up to the underside of your car, it definitely will float it. You could float across the road there, down into the stream, get overturned. You may drown. In fact, most of the flash flood fatalities are by people who drive into the flood waters and then literally have driven themselves to their own death.
Yeah, K4 TV on top of this story right now. The reporters out there getting the scene, and you can see just how fast then and high that water is covering that intersection. So, Greg, we've seen how many inches of rain over the past couple of days?
Probably about 8 inches of rain. Some places perhaps even a little bit more than that.
So it's not just street flooding, but creeks and streams running pretty high as well?
Absolutely, yeah. Everything is saturated now, so every underpass. Oh my!
Here comes somebody trying to go through that.
Let's hope for the best here.
See, they think they're high enough in an SUV that they're going to be able to make it, but as you mentioned, it doesn't take that much to actually float a vehicle.
Oh boy, and here comes somebody from the other direction. I mean, if you get in there and stall, oh my gosh!
Oh wow. He just barely got to the other side of that dip in the road right there.
But I mean,
you can't tell where the dip in the road is.
No, you can't tell. The road could be washed out.
Yeah.
And if you get in there and stall out your engine, you're at the mercy of wherever the water pushes you, or if the water rises up to fill in. You just do not want to be doing this.
Pickup
this is
truck
just
coming through
really
as
bad.
well. I think they see one car get through and they think, okay, I can do it, right? But then you don't understand that, they're making a wake. The water's deep enough as it is, and then you, of course, could unfortunately be swept away. I see more cars coming this way as well.
I suspect that the cars are realizing that their under chassis isn't quite as high up as some of those vehicles that have gone through, and I think they're proceeding very carefully, but if they proceed through it all, it's not carefully enough as far as I'm concerned.
And they should be getting the bulletin if they've got the radio on. We've got Cleveland County, Lincoln County, Oklahoma County, which is what we're looking at right now, under a flash flood warning until 10:30 at least, right? Because there's still so much rain.
But ultimately, it comes down, you can't count on the government or the radio or anything else to protect you from this kind of a thing. You've got to learn yourself the common sense, to turn around and don't drown. There's no way, there's nothing that you have to go to that's so important that you can't wait or go and try to find some different way to go, because, you know, this could be the last thing that you do. The family that you're trying to get to, they're going to really miss you if you perish in this kind of a way.
And the radar still shows heavy rain that's about to move into Oklahoma City. So the water's been rising as we've been looking at this live picture in Oklahoma County. And as we look at the radar, some very heavy rain is about to fill right back in again across this very area.
Yeah, it really is. So it may level off or run off just a little bit, but certainly there's more rain on the way for this area. There's been already a couple of rounds today.
There's the radar. You can see the orange and red on the west side of Oklahoma City. That is what's coming. So these folks who are trying to move across that intersection, that water is going to be rising still in the next few minutes. And we've already been watching it rise. And you've got the 6-hour rainfall right there, Greg, showing some of the yellow, indicating more than 2 inches of rain just in the last 6 hours.
Yeah, there's been one round of heavy rain that has come through, but there's another heavy rain bout that is coming right through now. It is on the doorstep of Moore and Norman and Oklahoma City. It's going to rain probably an additional 2 inches, I would guess, in an hour, or maybe even in a half hour that will come down from that. And so that is, we're probably going to not be able to see the camera person here monitoring this flood site, because it's going to be, you know, rain reducing the visibility so much we won't be able to see it. So and you won't be able to see as you're driving in that kind of rain either what you're driving into. So it's not the kind of night, folks, that you want to be out and driving around in this Oklahoma City, Norman area where things are so flood prone.
Yeah, it's a Friday evening. I know a lot of folks want to be able to get out and about, but if you are watching now, if you know anybody who is about to get on the road in Oklahoma City, please let them know that this is happening, that flash flooding is a huge concern, not just a severe weather threat, not just a tornado threat. This needs to be taken just as seriously. As Greg mentioned, flooding claims a lot of lives, too many lives each year.
Yeah, and boy, this is the kind of situation right here that you know, really typifies what we do not want you to do. Please do not drive through this kind of a situation.
We will be right back with more severe weather coverage here going on in the southern plains. It only gets worse as we get into the weekend. Much more on subtropical storm Ana just off the Carolina coast as well. Keep it right here. You're watching the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mainly clear, low 70, winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky. High 89, winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear skies, low 73, winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Johnny, even after careers like ours, we're still going strong.
What's your secret, Richard?
Blue Emu Super Strength Cream.
I've used Blue Emu for over 10 years. I love it. Blue Emu, made with real emu oil. It gets down deep to soothe my muscles and joints.
And it's odor-free, non-greasy, and sure gives me fast acting comfort.
I'm glad we had this talk.
Nice catch. Blue Emu. It works fast.
And you won't stink.
New Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray outperforms a leading allergy pill. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6. So go ahead, inhale life. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
These days, you may be hearing more about data breaches in the news. It's possible your personal information may be at risk. Research shows that if your information is compromised due to a data breach, you are 6 times more likely to become a victim of identity theft. Now is the time to get protection. Sign up today and LifeLock will begin monitoring your personal information, including your social security number, alert you about suspicious activity, and if needed, take steps to help restore your losses.
You only have one identity. Protect it with the best. LifeLock.
Deep in the dark, untouched recesses of your engine is power you never knew it could produce. and vapor can set it free. New Stable 360 Performance unleashes an exclusive vapor technology that rises above the fuel line to protect your engine where other additives can't, to help keep your engine running cleaner, leaner, smoother, and stronger than ever. The next level of performance is in the vapor. Stable 360 Performance.
So you ready for the night? And don't it feel nice?
Summer never looks so good. Bud Light Lime. Same 100% natural lime flavor in a new bottle. Summer on.
One of the foot's favorite rituals happens at the water's edge. Here they must look their best. Smooth, beautiful skin is an advantage. The others can only hide in shame. Introducing the new Dr. Scholl's Dreamwalk Express Pedi.
There are no medals won for earning a living. It's just what you do for family. But it's hard to build a future if you can't see past today. That's why Walmart is investing in the most important part of our company, our people. Because a raise in pay raises us all.
So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. Ach, verdammt! I said it 3 times and it's still not true.
Performance is now an American thing. Introducing the all-new Chrysler 200. America's import. Find it at Chrysler.com.
My school reunion. I don't know.
Who wants to play in Idaho?
Gotta get Milwaukee up to speed.
We win in Flint. We take the lead.
We'll close the deal if we just show.
Should I stay or should I go?
When it's go to choicehotels.com, the site with the right room, rewards, and savings up to 20% when you book direct. choicehotels.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Breaking news. We've got a tornado that we are chasing right now. Rondra Hill in Throckmorton County, Texas. And this tornado warning goes until 7 o'clock Central Time. Decent circulation on this. And again, we have heard reports that we're seeing that tornado on the ground right now in Throckmorton, Texas. So again, you need to be seeking shelter. Haskell and Throckmorton counties under that tornado warning through 7 o'clock this evening, so until the top of the hour. And the radar is actually showing a pretty good signature on this particular storm. I'm in the lab with Dr. Greg Forbes.
There really is, Kelly, and it's about ready to hit the city of Throckmorton in Throckmorton County. A large tornado, very strong rotation showing up on Doppler radar. The hook echo is showing up right there with the tornado circulation right about at that location. So Throckmorton, imminent. The threat for you, you need to be seeking shelter. Lowest inmost portion of a sturdy building, protect your head. You see there the circulation showing up right in about there. The reds and greens showing up. When we'll go to the high definition radar, we'll see that even better. Maybe it's going to pass just a half a mile or a mile north of the downtown Throckmorton, but the northern suburbs of that. Here is the hail, the spiraling around, the hook echo, the warm inflow that is coming in here. So the tornadoes occur at that intersection of the hook echo and where the warm air comes in. Here is the Doppler velocities, the storm relative velocities, showing that circulation very strong right in there. The reds northbound, the greens southbound. If I ask the Doppler radar to quantify that, it is up into the third level of intensity. The blue, the yellow, blue, the green, then the yellow. What we'll also ask it is, are we seeing any debris from the tornado at this time? And no, not yet. We're still seeing these colors that are reds and purples that are indicative of rain. The blues out here are what the color would be we'd be looking at, but this is clear air return, maybe insects tumbling around rather than any kind of
and
debris.
And perhaps not hitting any structures at this time. That's a possibility.
That's certainly the possibility. The tornado is right about there. Let me see, how high am I looking here from the radar? I'm up at about 3,000 feet. So at least if it is hitting something, it has not tossed any debris up to the 3,000 foot level yet with that. But a dangerous tornado in progress, getting very close to Throckmorton. Let me keep that here, and I'll make a measurement to see exactly how close that is. That is 3.5 miles west-northwest of downtown Throckmorton. So at that motion, it would, whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
And the sheriff's office did report a tornado on the ground. This was at 6:40 Central Time, Throckmorton, Texas. Chaser reporting it as well. So this is a serious situation as this possible tornado comes right into Throckmorton.
And the observation of the tornado has been here. No doubt they were looking just to the west and seeing the tornado come their way. So it's likely to go a half mile to a mile northwest, a mile to a half a mile to a mile north of downtown Throckmorton, but coming across the Highway 183, and I'm sure that there are people that are living or homes that are built up in that area. So could be right into Throckmorton. The rear flank downdraft winds coming in there. There's often a 2 or 3 mile wide swath of damaging winds that will occur south of where the tornado occurs, and then about 3 or 4 miles to the north, a swath of large hail. So up Highway 183 to the north there's going to be some big hail as well.
Again, this live stream coming to you from Roger Hill, a storm chaser who's out there. He just reported a cone tornado 3 miles northwest of Throckmorton. Again, so this is a serious situation as we're seeing the velocity right now. Greg, you can see the returns showing that rotation.
Yeah, and that's the where I was showing when we went to the high definition radar where the strong circulation was, and that's right up in that area right there. And as I indicated, probably the report that was plotting on my high definition radar would have been looking up into that area. So Roger Hill is a veteran storm chaser. He has a knack for finding the tornadoes and has found this one. What he's having apparently some issues with here are finding roads that he can get to continue to track the tornado, but at the same time keep safe. He often has a tour group with him, and he's certainly looking out for their best interest.
Now, we are concerned about the possibility that this tornado could be rain-wrapped, very difficult to see, so a storm chaser's nightmare, really, because they can't tell exactly where it is and give the correct report to the National Weather Service.
Yeah, and if it's not rain-wrapped at the moment, the tendency today has been that the rear flank downdraft and the rain wraps very quickly around southwest and south, and then goes northeast of the tornado and does encirculate it. And so we could very well come from a situation knowing that we've been seeing a tornado to one where we suddenly cannot see a tornado but are pretty sure that it's there. So,
and not just Roger Hill on this, by the way, Greg. We've got 2 vantage points right now. A couple of storm chasers are on the same thunderstorm in Throckmorton, Texas. You're looking at the top and the bottom right there. It looks like a brighter picture on the bottom, certainly, but some dangerous looking storm clouds right there on the top.
Yeah, and the top one, the lowest hanging portion there, probably a wall cloud that is hanging down, and either that part or someplace near there would be where the tornado is dropping down. We could be seeing part of the cloud that is surging forward on the south side of where the tornado is located. That is part of the issue that we have, knowing exactly where the cameras are looking as we take their feeds. My guess is that they're looking at the moment where they're driving, and the tornado may be a little bit off, perhaps to the right of where they're driving.
Now, I'm told the bottom picture that you're seeing there in Throckmorton, Texas, that is from chaser David Drummond, who actually reported seeing that tornado before. Quickly difficult to see. The top is where we're seeing Roger Hill's feed.
Yeah, and on the bottom there, the lower right, nothing in the cloud picture there that's indicative of any kind of tornado or storm structure that would be associated with a tornado. He's just on the move, trying to ferry into a new position to keep up with the storm and to get to a new location where he can look back at the storm and perhaps see the tornado coming.
Could they be looking at any big hail, trying to get through maybe do a core punch here, Greg, or is the hail not too bad?
If they go up a Highway 183 to the north and east, then that may be the only direction that from the northeast looking southwest might be the only location where you could see the tornado at this point. If they get right in there, that's where you would see it from. If you went farther north, you would certainly get into the hail. The danger is that this is what we would call driving into the bear's cage, because this rain could wrap around and could trap you in there where you can't see what you're doing any longer, and maybe the tornado would come right at you while you couldn't see it. So
take an unexpected turn even.
Yeah, take a bit of a turn. Sometimes as big cone tornadoes begin to weaken, they rope out and do take a left turn. So chasers will do that, but they'll only go in this area if they have east-west roads that they can continue to keep out ahead of where the tornado might be.
Looks like our chaser, this particular vantage point, has stopped the vehicle, and now what are you seeing as far as storm structure, Greg?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of dark clouds. I'm thinking that I'm seeing probably a shelf cloud that is coming out there. You're obviously seeing big wall of rain that is back behind there. I'm thinking the tornado is probably, if there is one, is probably in that wall of rain right about at the center of the photograph from the views that we're getting. I'm not seeing anything that is clearly any tornado. But I was sort of showing you that big surge of cloud on the radar that was surging forward. I think that's what the leading edge of that is like what we're seeing, that little bit of a grayish shading up at the top of the photograph there.
Yeah, if there's a tornado, it's obviously wrapped in rain. We can't actually see it right here, but we just want to let everybody know that Throckmorton, Texas, in Throckmorton County, you are in imminent danger. This is a tornado warning for you. It goes for until about 7 o'clock Central Time.
And it's very near the city of Throckmorton, perhaps just a mile to the north. You're seeing there, if you look right down the road there, off in the distance, you're seeing that aquamarine color that is, as we get close to sunset and in these storms with heavy rain and hail, we often get that appearance because of the blockage of the sun by these dense clouds.
Ooh, what do you see there, Greg?
Interesting cloud. Yeah, interesting structure in there. I think it's in there. In reality, that part of the cloud and in that little area in between would have been where the tornado is likely to be, because that little brighter area was probably where some of the inflow was still going in. I think we were looking here, seeing a dark cloud this way. If I can get the right pointer, seeing a dark cloud this way, a dark cloud this way, and then back in here, seeing a little bit of brightening and then seeing some of the hail, and that is where I believe the tornado is. So in between those two darkest areas, maybe right there now in the lower right of the two pictures, right in the center of that one, maybe where the wall cloud is and where the tornado would be dropping down.
Hopefully they're positioned safely. As you mentioned, very heavy rain around this tornado. Could be rain wrapped and certainly difficult to see, but you know, they're trying to get a good vantage point to be able to report this back to the National Weather Service. We're reporting it here on the Weather Channel, so you know to seek shelter in Throckmorton County, Texas. But I see, unfortunately, a lot of traffic coming from that vicinity. I see some cars turning around as well.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue. I mean, not everyone that is driving in their automobile is knowing that they're driving into a tornado. They aren't like weather chases or us weather geeks that have a mobile device perhaps with it that are, you know, constantly or every so often monitoring the radar or even knowing how to interpret the radar. And in a day like today, it only has been instances when you could really interpret the radar and pretty much know there was a tornado there. You wouldn't necessarily, seeing this kind of a picture here, know that there was a tornado getting very close to Throckmorton, Texas in this big mass of storm. But certainly what we're seeing here is a big, broad spiraling. There's no doubt that this is a supercell thunderstorm. The question is, can you see the tornado coming? It's very close to Throckmorton, the city of Throckmorton, Texas.
And the live picture again on the right, you can see all the headlights there. Very concerned about the traffic and obviously enough roads to be able to get away from a dangerous storm like that.
Yeah, now let me see. The picture on the lower right, I think, would be the one that would be most likely to have a tornado drop down. Yeah, that one. If we could take away the tornado alert and the rain-wrapped tornado banner and see the ground, I think just to the left of the trees there would perhaps be a place where the tornado might potentially drop down if we were to have one.
National Weather Service just extended this tornado warning. Now goes until 7:45 here in Throckmorton County. It does include the city of Throckmorton. You need to be seeking shelter right now. We're looking at a storm chaser feed right here on the Weather Channel that shows what looks to be a tornado that's trying to develop right there.
Yeah, indeed. And in that lower picture now, again on the lower right, what you're seeing at the far left of that is the big rain shaft, and you can see that it's tilted. It's tilted from upper left to lower right, and then you get the rain-free cloud base. But I think maybe they're under a little bit of the gust front here. I'm seeing that corrugated nature, that undulating nature to the clouds there. So I think they're in what the chasers call the whale's mouth, and they've been undercut by rain-cooled air. So now from this vantage point, from what I'm seeing and examining a little bit further, they maybe have gotten into air that's a little bit cool enough here that they may not see the tornado from this vantage point. They'd have to be on the other side, out ahead of that gust front that is marched from behind them, out farther past, out toward the horizon, off farther from the camera as we're seeing it.
All right, the latest report we received monitoring National Weather Service chat that this confirmed tornado is located near Throckmorton, moving toward the east at 25 miles per hour. Thus, they extended the tornado warning again until 7:45, but you need to be seeking shelter immediately. If you live in Throckmorton right now, as low as you can go, away from the windows. Again, this is a confirmed tornado. Our storm chasers are on it right now. We're looking at the 3D radar on the left side of your screen, just showing how massive this storm is and all the heavy rain that surrounds that circulation.
And when you get a chance then, Sarah, if you could pop in the high definition radar, we can see, we'll see that the latest report of the tornado is here. There's some big hail just 3 or 4 miles away from that. And when I pop up the velocities here, we'll see that the velocity, the couplet, is pretty much right underneath that. The red's going that way, the green's going that way. And so the tornado vortex signature right where the tornado's being reported. So not the most intense not the most intense tornado vortex signature here. Could be heading maybe a little bit off toward the east-northeast. I should point out that there's potentially 2 of those, several places where the red and green are touching. And so, but that may all be little circulations. There could be circulations, a couple of them that are revolving about this big broad hook echo back in the midst of the rain. And then this one is out in a more standard position where you have the warm air coming in and some of that rain cool air that's wrapped out to the north and east is giving a tornado there. So this is the kind of situation, like all the others today with these high precipitation supercells, we wind up getting ambiguous or hard to interpret from radar, maybe multiple locations in the rain and one that's outside the rain that could have the tornado.
Which makes it very difficult for the storm chasers that are on this storm right now, because they are on the east side of what you're seeing on the radar. They're looking west at this monster storm with large hail and a confirmed tornado. Again, this is a confirmed tornado near Throckmorton, moving east at 25. So if it's moving east at 25, and Greg, you're saying that there might be multiple circulations involved with this supercell, that sets us up in a very difficult situation for the chasers.
Yeah, it really is. If we still have my radar there. We were talking just a couple minutes ago about if the storm chasers would probably want to try to, if they're going to monitor that, go into this area.
And Greg, we actually have Roger Hill on the phone right now, who's we're seeing his feed right now on the right side of your screen. Roger, can you hear us?
I sure can, you bet.
All right, we're worried about you. What's it looking like where you are?
Well, about 5 minutes ago, we had a multi-vortex tornado touch down and then kind of morphed into a cone for about 3 or 4 minutes. And since then, everything is kind of wrapped in rain. These HP storms, you got to kind of get down and look in the notch of them. And boy, if you're just not in the right position at the right time, you just can't really see what's going on.
Are you in a safe place, Roger? Because Greg and I are looking at this huge storm, and with the circulation moving toward the east at 25, what are you thinking as far as safety on your own behalf?
We're actually going to head out here in just a second and work our way a little bit east. We're about 3 to 4 miles east of Throckmorton, and we're just going to continue east on this road for about another 5 or 6 miles on 380, and then just try to just stay in a position where we can just kind of keep watching it real close and see if it drops another tornado and stay safe at the same time.
Hey, Roger, good buddy, Greg Forbes here. We were just looking, and I was saying that probably the only place that you could see this would be up in the northeast of where the tornado was, but in the past 10 minutes or so, that area has filled in with rain, and it sort of became the bear's cage. So I'm betting that you're a very safe guy, that you got out of the bear's cage before the bear got you. Am I right?
Yeah, Greg, absolutely. We can just see the wet RFD just surging around this thing, and as soon as that tornado wrapped in rain, we just booked it and got out of there.
And your plan is to continue east on 380 then, and you're going to hit some more heavy rain on the other side as well, Roger. What's the plan as we have darkness upon us?
Well, we'll stay with the storms at dark. Of course, chasing at nighttime is kind of a tough thing to do, but we'll stick with this thing as long as we can, and just at nighttime, typically you just stay a little bit further away from the circulation, and just stay as safe as you can.
Are you chasing with yourself today, Roger, or do you have a group with you, or?
No, I have my tour group with me today, and they've had a pretty good week this last week. It's been
I'd say so. Another satisfied crowd, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
And I notice you're talking calmly too, because you do have the tour group with you. But are they kind of afraid of the situation? What are they saying about it?
Well, after the really pretty tornado we had down north of Big Spring a couple days ago. I think they got baptized really well because we were so close to that thing, you could hear the roof like downdraft winds like a waterfall just rushing around the tornado. So I don't think they're too afraid now. I think they're doing really good.
Wow.
Well, stay safe out there, Roger, and thanks so much for for talking with us and for all of your help.
Yeah, we love to look at the feed, obviously, Roger, but we want you to stay safe. We're looking at it. Looks like a lot of traffic out there with you, Roger. You know, a lot of brake lights out there.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. And, some people just don't watch real close sometimes, and they try to flip around the road in front of you. And, it's just sometimes the old chaser zoo gets a little bit wild, that's for sure.
I mean, you ever just want to poke your head out the window and yell at these folks that something bad's coming, that they're going the wrong way?
Oh, yeah, that would be the operative thing to do for sure.
And Roger, I'm not sure where you were yesterday, but the farther east this storm gets, the more it gets into the area that had a tremendous amount of heavy rain and a lot of flooding yesterday. It's generally heading over towards the Jacksboro area and that Decatur, the Denton area. So I bet you there are still roads there that are flooded and barricaded. So be on the lookout for that.
We sure will, Greg. I appreciate that.
All right, you stay safe out there. We'll continue to monitor your feed. We'll get with you again. If you see anything out of this storm, Roger, we will definitely put you back on here on the Weather Channel. We just want to let everybody know that this tornado warning for Throckmorton County continues till 7:45. But we want to give you guys the big picture right now. And for that, we go over to Alex.
Yeah, if you're just joining us and wondering where exactly we're looking at parts of Texas and Oklahoma today. That's where Dr. Forbes has some of those highest numbers on the Torcon scale. North Central Texas, a 5 out.